Hello dear students, nice to be with you. Today we are going to have Unit 5 from English for Iraq for the 3rd Intermediate. Now, first of all, let's point out that we have a passage for testing. It is in Lesson 3, page 46 from the student book. The passage we have is Lesson 3, student book 46, and it is called Iraqi Morning News. Also, we have a writing activity, and you can find the writing activity in activity book page 74. Page 74, activity book. It's about TV program. Now let's start our lesson, dear students. First of all, we have some vocabularies. We have basket, net, running shoes, draw, it means equal score. And we are going to find the meaning of these words in our picture here. Here we have badminton اللي هي كرة الريشة, and we have basketball كرة السلة, وباسكت هي من ضمن المفردات المطالبين بها. And we have baseball كرة القاعدة. We have football كرة القدم. Running سباق الركض, running. We have running shoes. We have running shoes with our new vocabulary. Tennis, and we have table tennis اللي هي كرة المنضدة. Table tennis كرة المنضدة أو ما يطلق عليه ping pong. Now we are going to match these words with these pictures. Here we have the sport, and we are going to link them with these equipment. Here we have some equipment, so we are going to match these vocabularies with these equipment. Badminton, for example, we have number 1. Here we have a net. It is tennis net. So the sport is tennis. And the equipment is net. Number 2, here we have net also. We have net, شبكة, and it is a new vocabulary. We have it in our vocabularies. And this is for football. Net. So the sport is football and the equipment is net. Here we have badminton, a net. Here we have also net, but it is for badminton. So here we have badminton is the sport and net is the equipment. Here also we have net, شبكة. Also we have net, and it is basketball. The sport is basketball. So basketball the sport and the equipment is net. Here we have bat, مضرب. It is table tennis. So the sport is table tennis. And the equipment is bat. Table tennis, bat. Here we have number 6. Also we have racket. So it is called racket, المضرب, but it is for tennis. So here we have bat for table tennis. Here we have bat with table tennis, but with tennis we use racket. We use racket, المضرب. Also we have here shoes. It is running shoes. Running shoes. Running shoes. So the sport is running and the equipment is running shoes. Running shoes. Here we have football. Here we have football. The game is football, and also it is football, ball, for football. And this is special for football, of course. Here we have number 9, boots. Boots. Boots is for football. Football. So the sport is football and the equipment we use is boots. Boots. We use boots. Here we have number 10. It's also bat. Bat. مضرب. Bat, مضرب. And it is for baseball. It is for baseball. Baseball. So here we have net, tennis. Net, tennis. So we have tennis net. Tennis net. شبكة للعبة التنس. Here we have football net. Football net. The sport is football and the equipment is net. Football net. Here we have badminton. Badminton net. Badminton net. Here we have basketball and we have net, so it is basketball net. Basketball net. Number 5, table tennis bat. Table tennis bat. So you have to recognize bat and racket. You have to differentiate between bat and racket. Table tennis bat. And also we have tennis racket. Tennis racket. Here we have, for tennis, we have racket. We have running shoes. Running shoes for the sport running. We have football. It is a ball for football. Here we have boots. Boots. Football boots. Football boots. Here we have baseball bat. Baseball bat. So we have net for tennis, football, badminton, and basketball. But bat, we have bat for table tennis and for baseball. We call it bat with table tennis and baseball. But with tennis, we call it racket. We call it racket. Here we have shoes. We have to differentiate. This is for running shoes, shoes for running, and boots for football. Shoes for running and boots for football. That's what we have with vocabularies. Now let's move to another step. Here we have a picture. Here we have a picture. Here we have a picture. Now, dear student, look at the picture. Look at the picture. What are they doing? What are they doing? What do you think? What are they doing? They are playing football. Here we have some players, and they played football. They are playing football. They are playing football. We can use many words here. We have many words we can use with this picture. For example, we can use excited. Excited. متحمس. With picture, we can use excited. We can use cheer. Cheer. يهتف. We can use score. Score. يسجل هدف. Also we have goal. Goal. هدف. So we can use these words when we describe this picture. Here we have some players. They are playing football and they were excited. Here we have two teams and we have football. Two teams, one play against the other, and here we have a ball. Here we have a ball. So you can use many words, and they are trying to score a goal. They are trying to score a goal. Now, dear students, let's move to another thing. Here we have a text. Here we have a text. Let's read. Before reading it, guess, what do you think? It is about what? Now, dear students, we are going to read this text and see. I often watch sport with my family and friends. I like football best. I sometimes get very excited. I jump up and down when my favorite team scores a goal. The last match I watched was very exciting. My favorite team won 4-1. My favorite team won 4-1. ربح. Now we are going to repeat it and underline the words we have. You see that I told you to use some words with this picture. So we can see that they use these words in this text. She used these words in this text. For example, we have, I often watch sports with my family and friends. I like football best. I sometimes get very excited. I jump up and down when my favorite team scores a goal. يحرز هدفا, scores a goal. The last match I watched was very exciting. My favorite team won 4-1. We can also use team with this picture because we have two teams. So, dear students, what do you think? She talks about what? What's the game she watched? What is the game she watched? From this we can see that she watched football, a football game. She watched a football game. Now, tell me, dear students, what does she do when she gets excited? What does she do when she gets excited? What does she do when she gets excited? We can see that she sometimes gets very excited, so she jumps up and down. She jumps up and down. She does this when she was excited, when she gets excited. Also, what does she like best? What does she like best? What does she like best? She said, my favorite, I like football best. She said, I like football best. So she likes football. And what was the last thing she watched? What was the last thing she watched? She watched her favorite team. She watched her favorite team. The last match I watched was very exciting. My favorite team won 4-1. So we have these questions in order to see whether the students understand what we have or not. To see they are comprehension questions. Now, dear students, can you tell me about yourself? Can you tell me about yourselves? What is your favorite team? What is your favorite game? And what about the winner? Who won the game, the last game? What was the last game you watched? You can tell us everything about your favorite team and favorite sport. In this way, we can let students talk. We want them to talk. Now, dear students, let's move to activity book. Let's move to activity book and see what exercises do we have. Lesson 1. You see that here we have listening. Here we have listening. So let's listen first and then do this exercise. Let's listen first and then do the exercise. So dear students, be with me. Here we have 3 conversations between different people. They are talking about football matches. So dear students, listen to these conversations and we are going to do the exercise.
Unit 5, Lesson 1. Track 20. Listen to 3 conversations. 1. Ali is talking to Fahad.
What did you do last night, Fahad?
I stayed at home.
So what did you do at home?
I watched football on television. India and Brazil.
India and Brazil? Who won?
Brazil.
Yes, I'm sure they did. What was the score?
9-0. It wasn't a very good match. 2. Ali and Fahad are talking the next day. There was a good match on television last night, Ali.
Really? Better than the Brazil-India match, I hope?
Yes, it was really exciting.
Who played?
Juventus and AC Milan.
Yes, that sounds much better. What was the result?
2-2.
So neither of them won then?
No, I don't like a draw, but it was still a good match. 3. Ben is talking to James.
Did you watch the match last night, Ben?
Yes, I did. I always watch Manchester United.
Was it good?
Yes, very good.
Who did United play?
They played Arsenal.
Oh, really? Who won?
United, of course.
By how much? What was the score?
It was 3-1. They got 2 goals right at the end.
Okay, dear students, after listening to it, let's see what do we have here. Here we have, in each game, which team played, who won, what was the score. In each game, which team played, who won, and what was the score. So we have the answer for these questions in the table in the activity book. Activity book, page 59. Page 59, we have exercise A. After listening to the 3 conversations, complete the table with the football scores. So here we have the teams: Brazil, India, Brazil, India, Juventus, AC Milan, Manchester United, Arsenal. Here we have the first one. Here we have Brazil. Here we have which team played. So we have Brazil and India. Brazil and India. Who won? What was the score? So let's have. Here we have 9 for Brazil and 0 for India. So what was the score? 9-0. 9-0. Who won? Brazil won. Brazil won. Let's move to another teams. Juventus and AC Milan. Which team played? We have Juventus and AC Milan. Who won? Who won? Here we have 2. Here we have a draw. Here we have draw. It is a new word, draw. And we have this word in our vocabulary. اللي هي تعادل, equal scores, تعادل. The last one, Manchester United with Arsenal. So which teams played? Manchester United and Arsenal. Who won? Here we have 3-1. So Manchester United won the game. Manchester United won the match. So we have Brazil, India 9-0. Juventus, we have, and with AC Milan draw, it means equal score 2-2. Manchester United with Arsenal, we have 3-1, and Manchester United was the winner, won the game. Before moving to another activity, let's see another thing. Dear students, who watched Brazil and India match? Who watched Brazil and India match? What do you think? You listened to the audio. You listened and you have to find who watched Brazil and India match. Fahad watched it. Fahad watched it. Was it a good game? Was it a good game? No. No. It is the point of view of Fahad and his friend. We have Juventus and AC Milan. Who watched this match? Who watched this match? Also Fahad. Was it exciting? It is very exciting. Was it good? Yes, it is very exciting. Very exciting. The last one, Manchester United and Arsenal. Manchester United and Arsenal. Who watched the game? Ben. Ben watched the game. So now, dear students, let's move to exercise B. Complete the conversation. You can use the same word more than once. We can use the same word more than once. We have a dialogue between Ali and Fahad. You go out last night. No, I. So here we have past. Here we have past, so we can use did. Did you go out last night? No, I. The negative is didn't. No, I didn't. What you do? I watched. Here we have past. So we can use the verb, the helping verb did. What did you do? I watched Liverpool on television. Who the play? Everton. Who did they play? Who did they play? Everton. Everton. They win? No, they. Did they win? Here we have all the dialogue is in the past, so we are going to use the past tense. Did they win? No, they didn't. The negative of didn't. No, they didn't. They lost. Win, lost. The opposite. What the score? What was the score? What was the score? It was 2-1 to Everton. So, did you go out last night? Did you go out last night? No, I didn't. What did you do? I watched Liverpool on television. Who did they play? Everton. Did they win? No, they didn't. They lost. What was the score? It was 2-1 to Everton. Dear students, you now are going to practice this dialogue in pairs. So we are going to practice this dialogue in pairs. Practice it with your partner. Here, what we have for lesson 1 for today. Thank you, dear students.